शहर बेंगलुरु के मशहूर शिफा अस्पताल में 78th इंडिपेंडेंस डे का जश्न, यौम आज़ादी की खुशियां। बैप्टिस्ट हॉस्पिटल के एक्स डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर अलेक्जेंडर थॉमस, हेल्थ सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया के एडवाइजर डॉक्टर षणमुगानंदन, काहो की प्रोग्राम मैनेजर मीनाक्षी अंछालिया और शिफा अस्पताल के सीएमडी डॉक्टर मुश्ताक अहमद ने मिलकर तिरंगा लहराया।
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्तर बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उज्जल जगति तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
शिफा अस्पताल ने एक जानिब यौम आज़ादी की खुशियां मनाई तो दूसरी तरफ अस्पताल के पैट्रन और एक अहम सुतून जी अब्दुल करीम के इंतकाल पर गहरे दुख और दर्द का इजहार किया। 1 मिनट की खामोशी मनाते हुए ताज़ियत का इजहार किया। इस मौके पर मेडिकल दुनिया की मशहूर शख्सियत डॉक्टर अलेक्जेंडर थॉमस ने इंडिपेंडेंस डे की मुबारकबाद पेश करते हुए इस देश की एकता, इस देश की यूनिटी, सभी धर्मों को हासिल आज़ादी की तारीफ की और इस मुल्क की तरक्की में डॉक्टरों की खिदमत का तस्करा किया। कोरोना वबा के दौरान शिफा अस्पताल की खिदमत की भी डॉक्टर अलेक्जेंडर थॉमस ने सताइश की। हाल ही में पेश किए गए यूनियन बजट में हेल्थ सेक्टर की जानिब खातिर खा तवज्जो नहीं दी गई है, इस बात का भी डॉक्टर थॉमस ने जिक्र किया। डॉक्टर षणमुगानंदन और डॉक्टर मुश्ताक अहमद ने नौजवानों को टॉलरेंस का पैगाम देते हुए कहा कि इस देश की मजीद तरक्की के लिए, मजीद डेवलपमेंट के लिए सब मिलजुल कर काम करें। मेडिकल प्रोफेशन से जुड़े तमाम अफराद पूरी जिम्मेदारी के साथ अपनी खिदमत अंजाम दें। डॉक्टर मुश्ताक अहमद ने अपनी सदारती तकरीर में शिफा अस्पताल की तारीख, शिफा अस्पताल की तरक्की और आइंदा के मंसूबों का जिक्र किया। इस मौके पर शिफा इंस्टीट्यूट के पैरामेडिकल और नर्सिंग कोर्सों के स्टूडेंट्स ने कल्चरल प्रोग्राम पेश करते हुए इंडिपेंडेंस डे का जश्न मनाया। जनूबी हिंद न्यूज रिपोर्ट।
Our father figure, Mr. Abdul Karim, who has instrumentally writing the accounts of Shifa Hospital, it's like good morning. Let us all stand for 1 second and pray Almighty Allah to keep His Son departed soul in eternal peace. Lord, pray for him. हमारे डॉक्टर ताप मुश्ताक हमारे बड़े भी जनाब अब्दुल करीम साहब का सगे इंतकाल हो गया कि बॉडी के अच्छे भी हम सब मिलकर उनकी दुआ करके इज अ लॉट ऑफ फन टू प्ले इन आवर हॉस्पिटल with cancer. Dr. Mercy Wadi. We'll pray for him for one side, for few seconds, and then we start with the program.
To all of us, today is the 78th Independence Day. It's nice to you all. Well, we have Dr. Alexander Thomas as our chief guest. He's the ex-director Bangalore Baptist Hospital, founder member and patron, AHPI, ANBAI, and CAHO. He is a member secretary of Karnataka State Public Health Policy. He is a consultant of the World Bank. Members of several boards, including NABH and HSC. I welcome you, sir. Our guest of honor, Dr. Shanmuganand, is the advisor, Health Sector Skill Council, India. Mrs. Meenakshi Anchalia, the director, Surana and Anchalia, program manager. Thank you all, sir. We will have a welcome address now by Dr. Altaf.
Good morning to everybody. Wish you a happy 78th Independence Day. It is a time to celebrate, time for an action plan. Celebration means more work. It is often said, reward for good work is more work. Reward for good work is more work. And for that, we have an embodiment of empathy and compassion here. I don't want to talk a lot about him because he is doing a wonderful job. A man who is nationally acclaimed and also an international figure. It is so happy to have him here on the day of a prestigious day which the whole India celebrates. I'm extremely grateful to Dr. Alexander Thomas, and in fact, his CV runs into pages. A wonderful author, multiple publications, academic man, and interesting thing about him is a founder member of most of the organizations where he does the job and then he moves from there so that others get whatever the laurels, but he is behind actually trying to make some other organization possibly going to work on other organizations so that he is into everything, whatever you can think of, where he especially works for a social cause and it's very extremely difficult to get his appointment and been trying to get him for last 2-3 years for our function. I'm extremely grateful to Dr. Alexander. Of course, the less I say about Dr. Shanmuganand is better, is part of Shifa family. So with that, actually, without waiting.
Good morning to all of you. When Dr. Altaf says something, I can't say no to him. I form a very intimate part of the entire Shifa group of institutions, and I feel honored to be associated with the Shifa institutions, and all of you would agree with me that the Shifa hospital recently has been progressing very well in terms of the services that is being rendered to the underprivileged sections of the society. It is that which makes Shifa Hospital distinct from all other hospitals. And this quality healthcare which is being offered to the underprivileged sections of irrespective of their caste and religion is being offered at an affordable cost. And that unique feature all of us must recognize on this 78th Independence Day. As we celebrate the independence, we should also rededicate ourselves to make sure that we respect each other's feelings and learn to tolerate each other. That is very important, especially amongst the younger generation. What you are seeing in our country today is not what the founding fathers of the independence movement really thought of. I hope you understand clearly as to what I meant by that statement. Unless we learn to tolerate each other, respect each other's feelings and religious thoughts, we as a country cannot progress in the right direction. With those few words, on behalf of the Shifa group of institutions, I wish every Indian citizen who is gathered here a warm 78th Independence Day celebration. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So before we get into the significance of Independence Day,
I just want to tell the Shifa team, Altaf and colleagues, thank them for inviting me for this prestigious function. It was indeed a privilege and an honor for me to be here. I think all of us know the great work that you are doing, be it in taking care of patients, being looking after the students. You have a reputation of empathy, of compassion, of service, and you have a reputation of making sure that healthcare is affordable to those who need it. And I think that's a big service, and I want to thank you for it on behalf of the community. Also, with regard to your teaching programs, I've had the privilege of being associated with Shifa for the past many years, and I couldn't come earlier because I was not in station. It's always a pleasure for me to be here. I'm not difficult to get. We know that you have a very high standard in excellence, and here I want to pause and say that Dr. Altaf is a very humble man, and he probably hasn't conveyed to all of you. We are having our state Andai chapter meeting in Bangalore on 23rd of August, where the President of the National Board of Examinations is coming. And here we recognize senior, excellent teachers in the National Board of Exams. And I am glad to welcome Dr. Altaf's permission to tell you that Dr. Altaf is being recognized as a senior teacher. So coming to the significance of Independence Day, today on our 70th Independence Day, it's just not a day to just know August 15th, every year we talk about it, celebrate, and move on. I think it's a time where we think of our founding fathers, what they have done, the difficulties they have gone through to give us independence. But also, I think it's important, we are now 78 years old. Many countries started with independence and then they went to autocracy. You see the trouble around us. So I think we need to be thankful to all the people who made it possible that we still remain an independent and free community, and that all faiths and all religions can flourish in our country. So I think we need to be grateful for true independence. At this time, I always, you were also part of the COVID times, and I know that Shifa did a wonderful job for the community. But at the same time, all over the country, including here, we lost many of our colleagues, and these are things which happen once in 100 years, once in a lifetime. And we lost many people, doctors, nurses, paramedics, and I want to just spend a moment remembering them for the huge sacrifice they made to make our country get out of the COVID era. It was scary, and I just want to spend a moment thinking about that. No, everything is not hunky-dory in the health sector, we all know it. We have a huge number of patients, quality is not as it should be in most of the places. Shifa is, by the way, Shifa is a shining light of excellence in the country. We have a government which is, I don't know the word to use, you saw the budget. We were very hopeful that they would give us more money for the budget for health. We were the only organization called for consultation, but unfortunately at the end of the day, we were given a very measly amount. And how does it affect us? It affects the health of the country. More importantly, private hospitals, mission hospitals like us, we serve, do the work that the government is doing, looking after their patients. It's actually the government's job. But they reimburse us only about 50% of the cost. We were hopeful that that would increase, but I think we need to continue that. The other issue, I think all of us are still recovering from this, the tragedy, what happened in Calcutta. Violence against hospitals, violence against doctors, nurses, etc. So there are many challenges, but I think we have chosen a noble profession, and we will have to actually, in spite of these challenges, we will have to go forward and see how we can actually take this forward. Now, what is my takeaway? You said our words of wisdom, whatever little. I just tell you in three points. Something which all of you can easily do. The first is communication. I think communication is so crucial, so important, so easy to implement. Each of you can play a role in communicating, especially with your patients, their relatives, because those words of comfort, the words of empathy make a big difference or the people that you see on an everyday basis. And of course, communication is the basis for a lot of other things. But please remember that it's very easy to do. It's very easy to do it from today. Start communicating with your patients, and if any help is needed, we'll be very happy to help you in communication, health communication training. Because I think it's very crucial. We have the power in ourselves to ensure that patients are treated with compassion, our patients are treated with empathy, and all this helps towards healing of the patients as they undergo various procedures, as they undergo various treatments. The second point I want to mention is that each of you are leaders in your own right. Each of you, if you can promote healthy living, healthy lifestyles, and what is the basis of that? Sleep well, eat nutritious food, eat well, exercise well, have a good mental health and social networking. These are things that you can introduce into your own life, into the life of your family, and into your life of your patients. All of us know that if our population is healthy and if we focus more on wellness, we can save a huge amount on curative medicine. Probably it will come down to 50%, and it can be used for strengthening and keeping our population healthy. And we all know that a healthy population is a more productive population, and with a healthy population, our country will go from strength to strength. The third point, and this is something that I'm working on right now, is how can each of you help with the climate change disaster? We've all heard about the most recent, every day there are landslides, every day there are heat waves. Most recently in Wayanad, we lost so many lives because of landslides. Landslides are a result of climate change. Climate change is a result of us playing around with Mother Nature and with polluting the environment. Hospitals, many of you may not know, we play a major role in polluting the environment and the carbon footprint. We actually, hospitals are responsible for 5% of the pollution countrywide. So each of you as individuals, in your daily work, focus on this. Be careful about using water, reduce the use of light, etc. And make sure that the world is a healthy place for our future generations. So please keep that in mind. To be in India, we have our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, nothing like your own country, where you're free to practice your own religion, you're free to speak. So we're very grateful to that and thank God and the many people who are involved. So may we celebrate the spirit of freedom and service, and collectively I think let our service continue to uplift our community and our country. I think it's very important. Together, I think today let us decide that we will honor the legacy of those who fought for our independence by dedicating ourselves. For us, it is let us focus on the health and well-being of every individual in the country that we serve. Thank you once again for calling me, and God bless you, God bless Shiva Hospital and all the people who are coming.
Yes, and my dear brothers and sisters. So because today we had the sad demise of our brother-in-law, the Abdul Karim Sahib, so I had to change my talk today. So basically I tell you the history how Shifa was built in just 37 minutes. The 10 pillars on which the Shifa molding has been laid is 7 mashallah by parents, Muhammad Ghaus, late Muhammad Ghaus, and Mrs. late Zinatunisa, and then mashallah parents of Aya Khan, late Erwal Sahib and late Farida Begum, and my father-in-law and mother-in-law, late Sheikh Maraji and late Sheikh Aisha. So this also has 6, and 7th one is the Abdul Karim Sahib. These are the 7 pillars on which Shifa foundation was laid. These are 7 pillars on which the first foundation was laid, and these 3 were added in the 7. So basically you have 10 in which already 7 have left the world. So when we had that is destiny, that is the reality. 2 days back we had Sheikh Aisha being leaving this world, and today Dr. G. Abdul Karim has left the world. Alhamdulillah, they have done their bit. Alhamdulillah. So because of this 7 and plus the 3, now we have in our family 5 super specialists, 5 specialists, 5 super specialists we have, plus 5 masters we have, 4 graduates we have, and another work in the offering, both BDS as well as MDS together. So Alhamdulillah, totally we have 20 people in our family, and myself, I and Alta's family, we have 20, mashallah, 5 super specialists, 5 they have masters, 4 mashallah, 5 we have, mashallah, we have BDS and MBBS, and 3 in the offering. So 20 we have. So we do not want to rest there. So Alhamdulillah, because of this foundation, Alhamdulillah, we have been able to offer direct employment to 700 plus people in our hospital plus schools. Alhamdulillah, by Allah's grace, we have 9 schools which have been LKG to 10 standard, and 2 colleges, 1 degree college, 1 paramedical college, and 1 we have mashallah, we have nursing school. In totally, we have more than 5,100 students studying with us. And Alhamdulillah, there we don't want to stop, because we know, if I don't want to tell all the sacrifices these 7 people who have laid, they sacrificed their names up till now, we are not knowing the names also of them, who have become actually the foundation, who are actually the foundation of this hospital. So the sacrifice which they have rendered, which is unimaginable. So now the baton has been handed over to the next generation. I think the next generation must take it further ahead. So I have my target of minimum, before if Allah permits and He gives me some more life, inshallah, to make 700 direct employment to inshallah 10,000 direct employment. Inshallah, that is our target. So 700 indirect employment, they are more than 300 plus. They have crossed 1,000, alhamdulillah. We want to make 10,000. And we want to make, inshallah, by they have 5,100 students into another masjid 10, which is a very, very small figure. So many people are laughing into money 10, 7 or 100. So because we don't want to do everything, we want to leave it to the youngsters also. So the youngsters here, don't be contented what we have, what they are saying, as Dr. Salim rightly pointed out. By there is a change. So we have to become tolerant, and we have to tolerate ourselves now. The biggest problem is we cannot tolerate ourselves. Morning we are something, afternoon we are something. The biggest size of Phoenix, there people are there in the world, we are size of Phoenix. If we want to just change the definition, size of Phoenix, morning one, घर के अंदर है, घर के बाहर है, we don't have any, it's called as entity, at all. We change with it, कहाँ जाते हैं, मौलवी में गए तो मौलविया, पोलियो में गए तो पोलिया, भाई जैसा देश, वैसा भेष, जैसा मंडवा, वैसा बाजा. These people do not do anything in life. भाई जो है, have your identity, then you can do something. Now coming to what we can do to the country, and that is the small contribution we can do to the country. So because Dr. Alexander Thomas is there, so why they have one thing definitely where every doctor and everyone points to us here is, basically our nursing is not up to mark. And we have stalwarts, especially we have to salute our Christian community, where they have done by their nursing to mark. So definitely when we just embarked on the journey of NABA, we went to Baptist and saw ourselves what they are doing. And we know what Christian Mission is doing. So we definitely request and we definitely will collaborate with Baptist Hospital to make our nursing better this year. They have made some targets this year. One target last year we will create a 10,000 feet of vertical garden. Alhamdulillah, they crossed more than 10,000 feet of vertical garden. So he told us regarding what to contribute for the wellness of the whole world. So inshallah we are going to, yes, we are planning to make 10,000 to 30,000 vertical garden. And everything we have done ourselves, not taking any professional help. With mashallah, the so-called maintenance team, we have to thank especially the maintenance team headed by Mudassir and Mohan. Mashallah, we thank to them and the tireless work they do, we have to really thank them. So here basically the one thing we have to do is collaboration. See, 3 things. So independence is not independence. So basically independence, the next step of independence is interdependence. So basically we want to really come up in life, we have to be interdependent. So we have definitely, we are societally, we cannot live, we are not living in a jungle or in a mountain where, okay, I am independent, I will do whatever I like now. We have been actually granted freedom to just decide on whom can we just depend on and create trust. So when nicely one author put it across, team is not working together. Team is not working together. So many people in government they work together, but they are a team. They are working against each other's interests. Working together to work against each other's interests is called as, by the you can see in basically most of the organization. Team, they have redefined team as, team is trusting each other. Team is trusting each other. I trust you, you trust me. The security will trust me, I trust them. I trust the IR, I trust the nurses, I trust the doctors. And most important thing is, which we have lost today, if the incidents are occurring in and around our country, so the doctors have lost their trust to the patient and patients have lost their trust in the doctors. Can we revive it? So you cannot expect the people to revive it. Doctors must revive it. Because the trust, we have lost it. And we have lost it because of commercialization. Can we just once again get back to our service motto? See, basically now we have to have what is called as one different narrative. Serve to survive and survive to serve. This must be our narrative. From today, this must be our slogan. What? Serve to survive and survive to serve. This was actually the slogan of the doctors once upon a time, and because of that, they were a noble profession. Let us revert back, because public is public. There is a saying in Arabic, Al-Lawamu Kalanam. Public is just like by their sheep. They are living sheepish mentality. They go whatever they go, as the sheep goes, they go. You cannot expect them to act smartly. You cannot expect them to act by with intellect. We can act with intellect. We can study the site, and can we just put a stop to what's happening in our country? Yes, I can do it. Just let me just tell one incident. I just read my talk. See, if you see a big stone, it flows with the water. So finally, what happens? The stone will become smaller and smaller and smaller. It disintegrates. It becomes a pebble. A day will come when it disintegrates totally. And instead of this, you have seen another big stone which is standing by across the water. So if the water comes and strikes against it, what happens? The stone will stand straight. It is not bothered. The water changes its direction. In the bargain, what the water does, it makes noise. The water makes the noise. The stone says, don't bother. I am not at all bothered. So every minute, what happens? The water strikes the stone. The water gets direction change. So this happens 24 into 7 into 365 days. Not that the stone says, मैं बहुत काम करता नहीं हूँ, नहीं. Unfortunately, with our specialists, we are super specialists, with our doctors, one request is, don't ever just take the way with by just say, we have finished our work. No. We have to work till the last breath. We have to stand against the tide which is setting our education system, which is setting our all system 24 into 7, 365 days and change the tide. We will deliver that inshallah. For that, we need to remember, coordinate, then cooperate and collaborate. Coordinate is X and Y. Connect the lines. Make shape. First make lines, make shapes. Triangle, rectangle, make shapes. Then in these shapes, what happens? Cooperate. Start working in the shape. Unfortunately, coordinate करके triangle बनाए तो right up उन्हें line हो पड़ा. Square बनाए तो उन्हें तंग चल जाता. Because unfortunately, we have a trend of not getting connected, dots connected. Especially among the so-called healthcare group, let us not blame anyone. So we are not shapes now. Once you get into shape, then you get cooperation. You work within the shapes as ये है तो मैं देखा कार में आज तक क्या की झड़ रहा है वो झड़ रहा है तो कार कब तक चला सकते हैं तो जो कार बन रही है उसमें क्या ये झड़ रहा वो झड़ रहा वो झड़ रहा नहीं बस शेप बनता उसके अंदर चीना लगाते फिर cooperation फिर they operate together. This is cooperation. Then third most important thing is on this we are ending our talk is collaboration. What is collaboration? Co-labor operation. Co-labor operation is collaboration. So we have to labor. खाली जैसे सुबह का तो हाँ वो करके जाने नहीं होता. People get bugged up when they say, but I'm telling you, repeatedly I'm telling you this, by our complacency has caused the nation. Not the ignorant people, not the ignorant masses. They have enough, as one of our students was putting it. So now we are the fourth largest economy of the world. Already the largest capital of the world. Every there are fifth doctor in US is Indian. And there are more than 25 CEOs of big companies, they are Indians. And now they have overtaken the whole, actually the country in US. So one of my friends who is Indonesian in US had come. He said Indians have overtaken everything is there in US. You know what the reason? He said, tell me the reason. He said Indians are very skilled. Second thing, Indians are very humble. But unfortunately, Indians are very skilled. They show their skill outside the country. Indians they show their humility outside the country. Now I don't know what happens to the ego. कहाँ से आता मालूम नहीं. And especially our community with loads of egos. Our skills they go actually dormant. This is atrophy. If you want to just tell stories, medical students who teach करना अगर तो is not easy to get patients. You can tell, see the community, Muslim community, this is a topic where you can see they are not using the skills. The skills they have used नहीं करे तो जाते खबर में, and they are going to खबर before they going to खबर. So let us today collaborate, and I request Dr. Alexander Thomas, can we just collaborate with their team and just make yes in nursing because Muslims ये nurses को तो जो है question mark था. Now the things are changing. So we'll collaborate and make this hospital the best nursery nursing here and definitely on the NABS path. And we take this opportunity once again by tell yes, we are next year inshallah we will be there with us, and definitely we are not talking something by in the air. Once upon a time, the people were told us we are talking from the air, we are not talking from the air. We are talking something sense, and with these people around who are there always to just hold hands and to encourage us, the way they encourage and support us, we really salute them, and it is nothing but a solace. Once again, by giving my regards to my parents, my in-laws, Ayakan's parents, and especially Dr. Abdul Karim Sahib was the seventh pillar. I just end my talk. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Institutions for having me here. And as we saw a wonderful skit today, so I want to first start congratulating the team to put up such a wonderful skit, and that shows the compassion that we need to have for the future and a brighter India. Now, independence, what we have been talking is all about what has happened in the past, how our freedom fighters have fought for our nation. But we have to draw a way forward for us. That can only happen with unity, compassion, and competence and positive living. A few words from Rabindranath Tagore. When the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. मैं इस देश की नागरिक हूँ जिसके मुंह में गंगा है और हाथ में तिरंगा है, जिसके मुंह में गंगा है और हाथ में तिरंगा है, जो कभी सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम और वंदे मातरम का गान गाता है, जो कभी पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्तर बंगा उसकी गुणगान गाता है, जो हर किसी को अपनी मातृभूमि में शमन शैल देता है। मैं उस देश की गंगा हूँ जो 7 समंदर पार लोगों को भी ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर कहलाता है। हमें इस भारतवासी और इस भारत नागरिक
ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ನಮ್ ದೇಶ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಪಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹಳೋದ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋದಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ಷಣ ಈ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಫೈಟರ್ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ, ಕಲರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಖುಷಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ನಮ್ ದೇಶದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ ದೇಶ ಫಲವತ್ತಾದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮಸಾಲ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಬೆಳೆ ಬಾಳುವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳು, ಅದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ಪಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ. ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ ದೇಶ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು, ಅದೇ ನಮ್ ಭಾರತ ದೊಡ್ಡದು. ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಭಾರತ ದೊಡ್ಡದು. ಈ ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನಮ್ ಭಾರತದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಜನಗಳು ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿದ್ದಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಇವರು ಜಾತಿ ಮತ ಭೇದ ಭಾವ ಇದಾರಂತ ಅದು ಕಂಡಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇರೋ ವಿದೇಶ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಈ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಮಸಾಲ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು, ಬೆಳೆ ಬಾಳುವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಾನಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ವಿದೇಶಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ ಅವರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ನುಗ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ. ನುಗ್ಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಕ್ಕಂತಾನೆ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದವ್ರವ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ದೇಶನ ಕೊಳ್ಳೆ ಹೊಡೆಯಕ್ ಬಂದಿದವ್ರು ಅವರು. ಆ ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಡಚ್ಚರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷರು, ಪೋರ್ಚುಗೀಸರು, ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಏನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನಮ್ ದೇಶನವ್ರ ನುಗ್ಗುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇಶನ ಈ ಭಾರತ ನಾವು ಪಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಭಾರತದ ಜನಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹಾಕ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಪೈಪೋಟಿ ಆಗಾಯ್ತು. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗ್ ನುಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ದೇಶ, ನಮ್ ನೀರು, ನಮ್ ಮಣ್ಣು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರು ತೋರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂತಾರಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಚಳುವಳಿಗೆ ಇಳಿದ್ರು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಳುವಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಪಣಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟು ರಕ್ತ ಹರಿದ್ರು. ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಝಾನ್ಸಿ ರಾಣಿ, ಕಿತ್ತೂರಿ ಚೆನ್ನಮ್ಮ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಾಮರು ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಹರು, ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ, ಸರ್ದಾರ್ ವಲ್ಲಭಾಯ್ ಪಟೇಲ್, ಬಾಲ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ತಿಲಕ್, ಚಂದ್ರಬೋಸ್, ಆತರ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ 50ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಫೈಟಿಗೆ ಇಳಿದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೇ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಮ್ ದೇಶ, ನಾವ್ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಬೋಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಂತೆ, ನಿಮ್ ರಕ್ತ ಕೊಡಿ, ನಾನ್ ನಿಮ್ ದೇಶ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂತೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಬಾಲ ಗಂಗಾಧರ ತಿಲಕ್ ಸ್ವರಾಜ್ಯವೇ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ಅದು ನನ್ ಪಡೆದೇ ತೀರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಮಾಡದಂತೆ. ನಮ್ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿದವರು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕುವಾಗ ಆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಪಶ್ಚಿಮ ಬಂಗಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು ಅವರು. ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳದಂತೆ, ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಡಿತಿರೋ ಹೊಡಿತಿರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ದೇಶ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡದಂತೆ 1948 ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಹೇಳುವಂತೆ. ನಮ್ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಜನರು ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಕಾಯಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗ್ 1947 ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕಂತ ನಮ್ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನರು ಹಬ್ಬಕ್ಕೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂತೆ, 6,000 ಜನ ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವ ಪಡೆಕಿಟ್ರು. ಇದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ 14ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ 11:35ಗೆ ಘೋಷಣೆಗಳು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಈ ವಿದೇಶಿದವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರೆ ಅವರ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ ದೇಶ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 11:30 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ 12:30 ರಾತ್ರಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ಇದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ, ಇದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ರಕ್ತ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟು ಅವಾಗ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕೋಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ನಮ್ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಟ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಕಳಿಸಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ, ಯಾರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ನಮ್ ದೇಶ, ಇದೇ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗೆ ನಾವ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವ್ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ನೋಡಿದ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಫೈಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
मुअज़्ज़ज़ मेहमान खुसूसी, काबिल प्रिंसिपल, असातिज़ा और इकराम और मेरे महबूबे वतन हिंदुस्तानियों, अस्सलामु अलैकुम। आप सबको यौम आज़ादी की बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद। आज़ादी खुदा का एक अजीम तोहफा है, ये वाकई हमारे रब की एक नियामत है। हम इस दुनिया की आजाद, काफी इज्जतदार और तरक्की पसंद कौम है। आज हिंदुस्तान की तारीख का एक तारीखी दिन है। हिंदुस्तान आजादी से पहले एक बरतानवी राज था। हिंदुस्तान ने 15 अगस्त 1947 को बरतानवी राज्य से आजादी हासिल की। आजादी से पहले हिंदुस्तान एक बरतानवी कॉलोनी था। इस अरसे में हमारे लोगों ने बहुत नुकसान उठाए और अपनी जानें कुर्बान की। आजादी के बाद पैदा होने वाले लोगों को फख्र महसूस करना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो एक आजाद हिंदुस्तान में पैदा हुए। आज हम सब यहाँ आजाद हिंदुस्तान में पैदा होने को अपने एजाज को तस्लीम करने और अपने मुल्क के 78वीं यौम आजादी को मनाने के लिए हाजिर हैं। लिहाजा हर यौम आजादी न सिर्फ हम यौम आजादी का जश्न मनाते हैं, बल्कि हम उन लोगों को खिराज तहसीन पेश करते हैं जिन्होंने इसके लिए जद्दोजहद की, और इन लोगों को जिन्होंने इस मुल्क के लिए एक विजन रखा, और इन लोगों को जिन्होंने इसके लिए अपने आप को कुर्बान किया। आजादी के लिए लड़ने वाले जंगजुओं में हजरत मौलाना मोहम्मद अली सानी रहमतुल्लाह अलैह, हजरत मौलाना शाह वलीउल्लाह, हजरत हैदर अली, हजरत टीपू सुल्तान, हजरत सर सैयद अहमद खान, हजरत अल्लामा इकबाल, हजरत मौलाना अबू कलाम आजाद, हजरत डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन, बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर, महात्मा गांधी, जवाहरलाल नेहरू, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल और सुभाष चंद्र बोस का नाम भी सरफहरिस्त है। औरतों ने भी आजादी की जंग में बढ़ चढ़कर हिस्सा लिया था। ये दिन जज्बात की बहुतायत है, ये हमें गुलामी के दर्द की याद दिलाता है।
A very warm welcome to one and all present here, respected principal, faculties and all my dear friends. As you all know, we are gathered here to celebrate Independence Day. 15th August is celebrated as Independence Day all over the India. It is celebrated to make an end of British rule that lasted over 200 years. It is celebrated to pay tribute to our great freedom fighters Mahatma Gandhi, Abdul Kalam, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and many more who gained independence from India's struggles and sacrifices. Mahatma Gandhi gained and launched 3 major campaigns in Indian independence. non-cooperation movement from 1919 to 1922, the civil disobedience movement and Salt Satyagraha from 1930 to 1931, and the Quit India movement from 1940 to 1942. As we know, the Khilafat movement initiated by prominent Muslim leaders was aimed to protect the Ottoman Turks. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Allama Iqbal and APJ Abdul Kalam joined hands with Muslims to launch a non-cooperative movement against British rules. The Indian independence was a series of historic events in the South Asia with the ultimate aim of ending British colonial rule. Independence Day reminds every Indian that it is the beginning of new era, the start of a new life free from bondage and slavery. This day teaches about the unity among Indians and how can it strengthen our nation. It was just because with the constant and determined year of non-violent efforts of the freedom fighters that India got its independence. We pay tribute to all the Indians who went through the struggle and fought back against the British government. It is our duty to preserve the freedom we got. It is our responsibility to hand over a better India for upcoming generations. So let us work together to make it a happier country. I wish you all a happy Independence Day. Thank you.